Jack, Rob, Sacre, myself, Jack Ferris, Christian on the ones and twos. Let's come out saying this. A week ago, I said, I guess I said fear not, because the ceiling of this team is still a national championship potentially, right, Rob? Even after getting
Correct.
whacked, even after
Correct.
getting waxed by Purdue last week, it was still like, well, I mean, if the chips fall in certain spots, this team could certainly make a run. Like, who's special out there in college basketball right now? Um, I think it's time to take the national championship off the table, at least for now.
Uh, you know, Someone made a good point to me yesterday. I I'm not going to agree with you, but I'm going to try to look at it half full, the glass half full, where, oh man, I think there's a lot of parity in the college right now. So there's an opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's an opportunity for us to still be able to compete. Like, there's no team that you're like, holy cow, they're going to take away with flying colors. They're going to take a championship away. But it definitely is going to be a struggle, and it's not going to be easy to get there.
If we have a shot of making the second weekend, the Sweet 16, we need to get a lot better right now. That would be my assessment. We are an excellent program. We make the second weekend. What is it? 7 straight years now?
Yeah, I
2015,
think
2016,
yeah,
2017,
7 or
2018,
8.
2019. What's that?
Is it 7 or 8?
It's every year since 2015. Or sorry, yeah, 2015 when we went to the Elite Eight. 2020 doesn't count. COVID, neither here
Yeah.
nor there. That streak is in jeopardy. I think we'll make the tournament. I think even if we don't win the WCC tourney in Vegas, we will have enough for an at-large bid. I'm not worried about not making the tournament
I thought you
for
were
now.
at-large bitch. I was like, oh,
Did I
we
say
can.
at-large bitch?
Yeah.
We have enough for an at-large bitch.
We'll bitch later. We'll bitch later.
Um, but yeah, no, we have a lot of work to do to be
I
considered a
think
contender.
I think the jury's out. I think how to beat us. And I
Yeah,
think everybody knows kind of, hey, just let Drew Timmy get the bucket. He's going to score, but we're going to come down and shoot threes. And we're going to shut down everyone else around him. I think that's kind of what teams are doing to us. That's what it looks like for me. Like, hey, we're gonna let Timmy get his 30, and we're just gonna make sure no one else scores on this team.
yeah. You look at the Baylor game though. Timmy had 2 points, 2 free throws in the first half.
Right. And
You were
yeah.
only down 5 because of the
We're,
heroics out of Anton Watson and
no, and that was the thing. They kept us in that game, but I think it's kind of one of those things where most teams right now who are competing against us are shooting threes. And we're going in and we're trying to post Timmy up, which he's doing his job. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think that trading twos and threes it adds up at the end of the day, right?
we it is December 6th, 2022, 7:23 in the AM. Credit to us for getting up. We still do not have an identity as a basketball team.
No.
You look at for long stretches of crunch time in the second half against Baylor, Julian was sitting.
Right.
And Malachi was in, and we were having some success, although that game was an absolute rock fight. Points were at a premium.
Love it.
But it's just
Was
like
that ball messed up, by the way? Like, was
the
that
basketball,
yeah, was it like slick?
like oblong. What do you mean?
Like I was just when watching, like no one could keep their hands on that ball. Like both teams. It was like it was like a wet baby in a bath. It just slipping and sliding everywhere.
Yeah. Baylor's got very good guards. Their front court leaves a lot to be desired. We talked about that last week on the podcast feed. And I think that that showed itself in the Sanford Pentagon. God, I love those skinny keys. Reminds me of skinny jeans, huh?
Oh boy. And Ed Hardy shirts.
But Baylor's not that good.
No.
and we just couldn't put them away. The Malachi dunk with 2 minutes to go to put us up 6 or something like that, and we couldn't finish it off. Was tough to watch. The
Our defense,
look, the phantom
okay.
foul at the very end where they had to review and see who the foul was on, and they ended up calling it on Timmy, was disgusting. That was a terrible call, and it sucks to lose a game like that. But we still had a chance to win it, and just really couldn't get a play off.
No, I think honestly, now watching the game from last year to this year, obviously we lost one of the greatest college players that played with Chet, and you don't really realize what kind of hole he filled with the whole idea of like blocking shots. Our defense is awful.
Yeah, lack of a rim protector.
And we don't have a rim. Oh.
Anton fouled out last night against freaking Kent State, the Golden Flashes. Anton fouled out at home. We can't have that.
Like our defense, they had layups last night watching that game against Kent State. That team had more now granted, that team couldn't finish their layups, which thank God for us, but I'm telling you, man, they had line drives all day to the lay, and we have to figure out our defense. Otherwise, it's going to be a really long season.
Yeah, no, perimeter defense as well as rim protecting.
100%.
Nolan Hickman couldn't stay in front of anybody.
100%. Like that was what I'm saying. At least with Chet, you could funnel the guys into Chet, and he would block everything. That was
you have an insurance policy back there. Yeah.
But now there is nothing back there, and I give credit last night with Drew Timme made that great block. He did phenomenal on that last play, but we gotta stay in front of our guys. It is crucial that we can stay in front of our guys.
I looking ahead to the schedule, like I cringe. Nobody wants to lose to Washington.
And that's Wednesday, correct?
Let me take a gander here.
Wednesday or Thursday?
Gonzaga.
Friday. Oh, thank you, Christian.
Friday, and then
Monday
another
Northern Illinois, and then
directional school in the week, preparing for Alabama. Yeah. So Washington Friday at home. Washington working on a decent season thus far. We won't get into them just yet. Let's.
I don't care. I don't care about Washington.
We can't be losing to the dogs in the kennel.
Yeah, no.
That can't be happening.
No.
But yeah, no, it's a chore to watch Gonzaga basketball right now.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a chore. I actually, as a fan, as like a basketball fan, it's entertaining. As like a basketball, I don't get it wrong. I don't want to lose, but it's actually nice to just not see blowouts every night. And I'm screaming at the TV at the top of my lungs. Like it's kind of entertaining as a fan, but as a Gonzaga fan, no, it's brutal. It's painful.
Christian, where'd you find that picture of Rob behind you? Just the Google?
Yeah. Just Google the Rob Sacre High School and go down that wormhole a little bit. Plenty of good photos, but to me, this felt like the vibe this week.
Yeah, no, let's get back to our roots.
High school basketball season is starting nationally, so I figured, fundamentals.
What is that trophy, Rob?
MVP
of what? Yeah. It's just a tourney of the season,
or the province or whatever. Like this tourney, winning it all.
Where is this trophy today?
Oh,
good question.
I don't. It was one of those like
you give it back after the year
at the end of the year. Yeah.
It's like the Stanley Cup.
Exactly. It's Canadian. Canadian. It's Canadian. Oh yeah. Hey, I'm amazed no one like travels with it.
You didn't? Would you just keep it at home for the year?
Yeah, I get to take it home, but I'm saying I'm amazed no one like you didn't have like the Stanley Cup guy who just travels
comes with you.
Yeah, just held the gloves with the white gloves.
The BC province high school MVP guy just travels around with you.
Just this one little
nice
guy,
red jacket on or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Here we are. you're that Baylor game's going to sting, especially come seeding time. I mean, who knows?
I
Maybe it
don't
doesn't
know. It's
matter.
just so I
Maybe
like I
Baylor
said
turns it
earlier,
around and plays really good, and then that loss looks decent.
there's
I
so
don't think
much,
that's going to happen though.
but there's so much parity in college that like I could see Baylor lost by 29 the other night.
To Marquette, is that what you're
Yeah,
talking about?
like and the way everything is, like the tournament, the bubble, or what, or the selection Sunday is going to be wild to watch this year. I feel based on who's going to be in and who's going to be out.
It's going to make for, usually the WCC tournament is a yawn fest because it doesn't matter. We could lose in the semis and be a 1 seed. We're going to need those quality
Yeah,
wins
every game
in
matters
Vegas.
now. Yes.
Yeah, no, to your point, Christian, you made last week. Does this make it more exciting on a betting front?
Oh,
No,
here,
because
okay, Christian.
they're not even coming close to covering. A B, is it more entertaining as far as who's going to win the basketball game front? Yep. You betcha. Kent State was up 4 with 3.5 minutes to go last night. Kent State
Should have won.
was up 4 with 3.5 minutes to go last night in Spokane.
They should have, honestly, after watching that game, like they really should have won.
They're going to be kicking themselves on the plane ride home, probably already. Actually, I don't know. Kent State's maybe the program that
No, their point guard, he kept playing one-on-one the whole at the end of the game. I'm like, dude, you're not going to get a transfer off of this game, buddy. So quit looking for your bag. He lost their game for him. I honestly, that dude didn't want to pass the ball on. We made some great plays. Shout out to Silas Hunter for making some great defensive stops at the end of the game. That was crucial, honestly. I think
you combine Hunter Salas with Silas Melson there.
Hunter Silas.
Hunter Salas.
Yeah. Well,
that's all right. Hey, we're getting old, man.
Dude,
get off my lawn, kind of thing.
No, for real. But he made some great plays, honestly, at the end of the game that really changed the momentum of where we were at. Yeah, it's going to be a great season in the sense of buckle up. You're going for a ride.
Your thoughts on Mr. Olenek getting his jersey retired?
Congrats, man. I sent him a congratulations. That's awesome. Guy from Kamloops to be able to get his name in the rafters. I'm very proud of him, and he's well deserved.
What else do you get? I mean, we just started retiring jerseys in a serious way like 2-3 years ago.
You get people asking you for money, probably. That's really what the end of that. I'm sure that's what that all comes down to.
Is Dan's jersey retired?
They were just talking about that on the airwaves yesterday.
He's on the list. They announced that he's going to get retired.
He's going to get retired. Next should be Courtney Vandersloot.
I honestly think,
if we're talking about just career achievements.
No, I was going to say, I think pound for pound, Courtney Vandersloot is the greatest Zag to come out of Gonzaga.
I mean, you're not going to get any qualms from me. I mean, outside of John Stockton is
yeah, but she's putting up records in the WNBA. Like, she's pound for pound, she is the best Zag player to ever come out.
Yeah, to be a key player on a WNBA team that wins the title.
And leads the league in assists every year. Like, it's not like she's not doing stuff. Like, she's a beast. And I tell my daughter, this is the girl you need to watch, or this is the lady you need to watch. And that's where we're at. Like, she's honestly, her jersey has to be retired.
Dickow, Vandersloot, who else? If you had to round out top 5 of jersey retirements.
Roni,
yeah.
Roni, you'd have to put Roni in that mix. I can't think of anybody off top anymore. That's it. Probably Dan, Roni.
Well, by the time we get to Roni, that's probably 3-4 years from now. Maybe at that point, it's time to retire Domus.
Agreed. What number is he? 11?
something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I think Domas. What year is Domas on? 6 in the league? 7? Doesn't matter. Once he reaches double digits, like Kelly just did, that's Jersey retirement zone.
Jersey retirement. Hey, by the way, we'd love to put your name on a plaque out front of the Martin Center.
Who do you think do you think Gonzaga flew Kelly out, or do you think he had to get out here on his own dime? I mean, he's in Salt Lake City, so that's not terrible.
I'd like to think of, hey, we're doing something for you. Would you want to get on a flight real quick? I think
I'd love to know who picks up that tab. I hope it's
that
Gonzaga.
the school pays for up front, hoping for a return on it, that he enjoys his time there, getting retired, the jersey, the pomp, the circumstance, and wants to reinvest in the program type thing. So I think
Christian's right. You absolutely write that off, because it's not like it's like, okay, now the game's going to start. Do you want to buy tickets? Everything else is free.
No,
wouldn't that be great?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Kelly, you want to see the game? Great. We have excellent ticking pricing options.
Yeah. Selling
start
everything.
You here. Yeah. I get scared watching Zag games now, guys. I don't know what else to tell you.
Censor this. It's fucking nerve-wracking, man. Fuck.
It's
nerve-wracking.
These used to be the games, at least in the last 6 years, 5-6 years. You watch 6 possessions and then you turn it off. Watch something else. You check the box score later. That's all you needed.
Yeah. I'm having a smoke break at halftime just so I can get through the game.
Or you get fun guys off the bench for much of the second half, like Marty Olauskas gets to run around. You know what I mean?
Speaking of, where is Marty?
He transferred.
Jeez,
we could use Marty. We could use a little Marty party.
I just realized we missed Casper. He just disappeared.
He's the friendliest ghost.
Yeah, he just disappeared on us. I was like, wait, what? Hold on. I'm looking, but there's one thing we do need, honestly. I know these are tough type games. We have to start developing. Bing Greg or Ephraim needs to start getting more playing time based on we don't have any bigs coming next year. These guys got to develop something.
Dude, I would take Ben Greg 9 times out of 10 right now.
That's fine. I don't mind. He just needs to get more minutes. I just feel like we need to throw him in the rotation, even whether it's 5 to 10 minutes every game. He needs crucial minutes just so he can get developed for next season.
I mean, wouldn't you say he's getting that right now?
What did he play last night?
Let's see.
I
don't even remember him playing in half.
Yeah, again, we don't
out the full extent of Gonzaga's roster. So, maybe.
Yeah, I thought Arlauskas was still there, and then I realized he's not there anymore. It's been already halfway through the season. I'm like, where's Casper? Yeah. That's how invisible he is.
Small last night. Small was the game plan last night. Ben Greg had 6 minutes and 1 rebound. Right. Malachi and Hunter both had 17 minutes.
Whether it's 5 minutes or not, I know this sounds crazy, but we have to start developing someone for the bigs next year. It's almost crucial. Otherwise, we're just waiting for transfers.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the game plan these days.
But then you got to and then here's what and correct me if I'm wrong. Then you have to reassemble and try to figure out how to fit them in our offense as well. And then we have an Ephraim waiting.
Dude, that's why so many college coaches quit last year.
I know.
Jay Wright at the top of his profession was like, "This is the game now. I'm out of here. That's way too much work."
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's just the way of college basketball, and that's what it is now. And it is what it is. But at the same time, I'm looking at it like, man, we have to get something for next season. I know we can't look too far into the future, but we have to start developing somebody for next season in our bigs. Otherwise, we're just waiting, and then we're just going to have another Ephraim.
So you're saying rest of the season, a little bit of a lull year. We may not make Houston. We may not make the Final Four. We may not win a national championship. But a big storyline to keep your eyes on is the development of some big boys.
Well, development of all our guys, man.
Yeah.
Straight up
Yeah, at this
development
point,
of
you know
all
what?
our guys. But we
It's a
got
personal
to,
journey.
yeah, but at the same time, we have to throw in a guy in every once in a while just so he can get his feet wet. Understand? Because you look at it now, I don't think, honestly, from last year to this year, I don't think Hickman got the time he needed to develop last year for this season. And we should have seen that coming a little bit. And also Silas, Hunter Silas. I don't think we got him developed where we needed him, where he could be ready to go for this season. I don't know. What do I know, right?
No, I'm with you there. I've been kind of disappointed in Nolan for sure.
Well, but that's based on like he was supposed to come in.
My expectations were really high. Yeah, no, for
It
sure.
well, but as you should. It's a top 25 guy, but I don't think he just got the time that he needed to get his feet wet last season for this upcoming. We didn't look into the future a little bit more, but what do I know, right?
Yep. Sack and Jack, YouTube. Christian, you've been quiet today.
Christian, you've been real quiet. You put a picture of me in the back, like my baby face picture.
You guys have first off, seamless conversation and great energy for 7:23 in the morning. You guys are also, I am kind of unsure about how exact. I know that this is a Gonzaga-based friendly homerism type channel for podcasts, but I kind of have to laugh at this a little bit.
Why?
You guys are just down in the mud with the rest of us college basketball fans now. And
yeah.
You're so pissed at being dirty. And I think that this team has an identity. You say that this team doesn't have it. I think it does. This team is kind of like you said, it's Drew Timme just getting everything that he can in the 2 range and the game kind of out evolving him and other teams shooting threes. And you can't trade 2 for 3s. And they're learning on the job a little bit. And
nothing better than learning on the job, Christian.
And I baseline though, I think that you guys are just as close to winning a national title as you were with Chet and anything like that because of all of the parity in college basketball this year. If you're a 5 or 6 seed, you wind up with like a bunch of friendly fire and you're in the Elite 8, but the team had the time to learn through trial by fire all season long. And a couple of guys, work their way to the top and you play your best ball in March and the expectations are all shifted and the pressure's all shifted. So I am happy to see you guys struggling and I laugh at your tears just a little bit, but I think it's ultimately that, like I said, I think this team could hypothetically, you could get away with saying they're just as close as you have actually ever been at winning a national title.
I'm gonna say I'm glad that wasn't at the beginning of this podcast because you pretty much summarized everything we just said. And
yeah,
well, that was the show.
Thank you, Christian. Let's leave it on a positive note. Rob, thanks for getting up in there this early. I know do you have a bus schedule to make right now?
No, right now I'm about to get to work. It's 22 degrees outside. We got dirt to move. I got dirt to move, snow to move.
I was gonna say the snow is down and it stays down now, right? For the rest of the year, the snow no longer.
No, it comes and goes.
I need it to go, guys.
Yeah.
I need it to get at least above 32 today.
Thank you for listening. YouTube Tuesdays, and then another podcast coming out Thursdays. Quick little rippers. Thanks, Christian.